Hello everyone and welcome back. Today we're going to be starting on the interior of our day van. So today I'm going to be starting on the interior of the day van. I pretty much have a blank canvas to work with, as you can see. Today what I'm going to do is I need to remove these boards that are currently down. I need to give everything a good clean, install some insulation and then wrap these in some carpet. So let's get cracking. Right, so that's the original wood panelling now off. I've also given the floor a quick scrub and a hoover, so it's pretty much clean. I will give it a wipe before we put everything back in. However, I did notice these boards here, absolutely perfect for sticking some insulation in as well. So what I'll do is I'm going to fill these cavities up with insulation. I'll also stick some insulation against these panels here. I need to cover the original wood boards with the soft carpet, and then I can reattach all of that. I won't bother with the floor just yet. I have got some vinyl flooring to go down on top of the wood, but I want to do that last, just before I bolt the bed and everything all into its final position. So like I say, next thing up, I'm going to put some insulation in the cavities, so let's get at it. Right, now that I've applied some insulation to the side of the van, I'm going to put this board back on and then I'll work on the other side. So whilst I put these panels back together, I'm actually going to change the way that they're held onto the van. I use these little screw clips which have got a washer, a screw, and then they come with these little clips. So what I've been doing is drilling that size, popping the clip into the van, and then the screw with the washer goes back on. So once this is all carpeted, you'll have this sat over the top flush, rather than just a nasty old screw or a screw hole that you're covering with carpet, basically. So now I'm going to carry on and do the rest down the centre, and then there's a few at the top that I'm going to redo as well. Right, so the insulation is now done on this side. I've put the panel back loosely. I have added a TV wall bracket, as that's where the TV will sit once everything's all done. But for now, what I'm going to do is leave that side, and then I'm going to concentrate on this side, get everything all insulated up here. I've already filled the insulation up down here, but then what I'm going to do is cover everything in the carpet and then do the final bolt together. Right, I'm now going to wrap this in carpet before I put this panel back on. All the insulation's done on that small side there, so once I get this wrapped up, I can then screw that on and then that piece will be completely done. First panel all nicely wrapped and attached. Now I just need to do the other side and then start working on the rest of it. Right, so that's the big panel all now covered up and screwed back on, as well as the TV wall mount. And now the little one is all bolted up with that metal piece there. I have covered up as well. Give it a nice soft furnishing on the metal as well. Right, so with the side panels all nicely covered and put back into place, I need to work on the roof. Now, it never came with a roof panel, so I need to make one from scratch. As you can see, there's a couple of beams there that sit in the roof, so what I need to do is attach some battens to that, and then I can add a board, cover it in carpet, and then add some downlighter lights in, because the lighting system in this van never even worked in the back, so I had no light at all. So that's a real necessity item, especially when we're away for the weekend. We definitely need some light inside there. Wood battens, however, I've changed my mind and I've used these little brackets, and then what I've done is I've put those clips, the same clips that secured the sides, and I've done 4 on each batten, so hopefully that should be more than enough just to hold a little piece of 3mm thick board. So that's the roof panel all nicely wrapped. It's literally just going to sit central to the roof. It's going to be almost like a floating roof. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drill some holes for the lights. I'm going to pre-wire them and just leave the wires dangling, and then we're going to attach it to the roof. So the floating roof section is now in place. Sorry that I couldn't film that, but it was a real nightmare with me trying to do it by myself and then putting it up onto the ceiling. But as you can see, it's all done with recessed lights and then these kind of screws again to finish it off with. So I'm pretty pleased with that. What I'm probably going to do is paint this metal section, or maybe I'll probably box where I filled it with insulation, and then probably paint the metal parts to match the bodywork. Right, so both rear doors have now been wrapped. Really pleased with the result. I'm going to shut the doors and see what it looks like inside. So you join me inside the van with the doors shut now. That's a much better finish. I have noticed that the edge down there didn't realise was visible at the time. However, it doesn't really matter too much, because when I'm done in here, the bed is actually going to sit above that line and sit right up against the back of that wall. In terms of carpeting, this door is the only one that remains. I'm going to do something slightly different with this section here. I'm actually going to cover that with wood, and it will match the bed. All will be revealed when it comes to that point, but for now I'm just going to carpet this door, and then that's the whole interior all wrapped up in carpet. So I said I wasn't actually going to cover that back panel in carpet, however I did have enough left over. I might change back to my original plan later on, but for now it looks a lot better, so I'm going to keep it as it is. So that's the back of the van now, completely covered in carpet, and the interior already looks a lot better. The only panel I've got left to cover is the floor, and I'm going to do that at the end because I don't want it to get all scuffed whilst I'm installing the other bits and pieces. In the next episode, hopefully we'll be building the bed and the unit at the front, which is going to house the battery and the split charge relay system. Until then, thank you very much for watching.